a lot of these things happen in patterns too.
Sure.
So even, liquid bulk tightening, now with that happening at the same time as, ocean freight being pulled forward, we're probably about to see, the ports get busier going into the fall here, see the dry van market get tighter, especially with, the different regulations going in on what drivers they can actually hire now. So that's going to affect the dry vans a little bit more than it did the liquid bulk, because liquid bulk's more regulated.
Yeah.
Just because higher risk. But, I think that's something that we're going to see where, especially as we're going into what would normally be, peak retail season anyways, for those products coming in from overseas, I think that's something to keep an eye on, of that pendulum for capacity is probably going to swing over to the dry van world being a little bit tighter, and maybe liquid bulk loosens up a little bit. I mean, I think we've seen in the past that, a lot of liquid bulk, dry bulk, those type things are, more of the raw material end.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we can see things, loosen up a little bit going into the fall. It really depends on the market and the material, as you're talking about the buying patterns.
Well, and to that point, like ocean freight and new shipments are expensive because there's so much demand, because that's all getting pulled earlier. And if that doesn't tell you in 4 to 8 weeks that the ports, to your point, are going to be busy, I mean, you can see the writing on the wall right there. So
provide some lead times, right?
Exactly.
Especially in the dry van space, because that's what you're going to see, right? All of a sudden, there's, what normally would be put an order in on a Monday and get it picked up on a Wednesday. Now all of a sudden it might be maybe Friday, but ideally, a 7-day lead time would probably be ideal. So.